Dear Grace, how's that for a dramatic entrance? Today, Grace, can go back to ChatGPT for a moment or two. And then I may read from this book, which I found in one of those street side take a book, leave a book things, pep talks and picker-uppers. It's pretty good today, Grace. At least I feel pretty good. I don't know what you feel like. So what I did, Grace, after watching that video yesterday, the AI that can see and describe its surroundings, which is clearly what I envisioned Tabitha to do and much more. I thought I'd dump some more data into ChatGPT. My original intention was to just have it format it. I could dump it out, move it into a database, and run the queries myself. But I realized that if I can get it all into ChatGPT, I can just run the queries like this, just with voice. And anytime I want any of the information about any of the podcasts, I should just be able to ask. I just saw a drug transaction going down in the park, Grace. I'm sure it was drugs. Although to be fair, it looked like someone buying a phone. But maybe they're selling the drugs inside a phone box to conceal it. That's what I do, Grace. So, I killed Tony last night, Grace. Two strangers got married. Can you believe that concept? You know, technically we're not strangers, Grace. We know what each other look like. I'm not sure anything I say today deserves an applause break, but we'll see. Do not disturb. Anyway, yeah, so two strangers got married. Interesting storyline. Not as interesting as My Perfect Day storyline, but it's a start. And it was a pretty good episode last night. One of the best I've seen in a long time. Other than Red Band fucking it up. Not posting it for an hour late. But whatever. The comments were hilarious. Alright. Sitting on the park bench, drinking coffee. Lawn bowlers are here. They're not bowling just yet. So Mom walking around the baseball field with her baby. In one of those snuggly things. Not too much wind today, that's nice. Alright, Grace, let's read this and continue on our merry little way. And for the record, until I get Tabitha running, no food in my system, just caffeine and no weed. So I asked ChatGPT to convert the following into something I can insert into database or spreadsheet, please. And then I just took half of the first episode because I need to buy the full account so I can do the full episode at a time. If I truncate them in half, it'll work. So it organized it pretty well. Speaker, timestamp, text, which is, I didn't have to tell it. It just figured that out, which is good. The only problem is I needed the episode number as well. So I always try to be nice to ChatGPT, compliment it. Perfect. ChatGPT, I'm glad you found it helpful. If you need any further assistance or adjustments, feel free to ask. See, here's some more data to format the same, however, add a field called episode and populate it with number 1. Here's the data. Sorry, there's a lot of scrolling, but no way around that at the moment. So it did it perfectly, but it put the episode at the end, and I kind of wanted it at the beginning. But to be fair, I didn't clarify to the AI, so why the fuck would it know? But I asked to fix it, and it fixed it. And then it got messy. So one thing about ChatGPT and most of these things is they just have a base. They don't recognize your intended purpose unless you really explain it to them, which I obviously didn't. Or actually, I made a mistake. My ego got in the way, because now I wanted the summary. Now summarize both sets of data together and form an opinion about what the podcast is about and where it may be headed. I've already read this before. How many times is Grace mentioned? So now this is where I started to do some analysis. Grace is mentioned 31 times in the combined transcript. How many profane words? In the combined transcript, there are 14 profane words. Please list. Here are the profane words found in the combined transcript. Shit, fuck, bitch, buggers, likely intended as a mild profanity. Actually, it wasn't, but at least I don't think of buggers as the bum fuck buggers, just sort of assholes, jerks, maybe losers. And the rest are pretty self-explanatory. Fuck, 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 fuck. So once I brought my ego into there and then tried to get it to continue with episode 2, fucked up. So what I thought I would do, I just want to read a little bit of the episode 1 that's formatted the way I want it. Find that. A lot less wind today, Grace. Much nicer. Wind is a pain in the ass sometimes. Alright. I thought I'd be able to read off that table, but I don't think I can. Sorry, Grace. Let's just spend an hour scrolling up and down, talking about absolutely nothing. Good news is I'm not grumpy, Grace. It's a fucking miracle. Alright, just read this. Go right to the top. There's probably a faster way of doing this, but there we go. I think I'm just going to read I'm going to read from here, and then at some point we can analyze the difference between writing and reading. This is basically just writing with my mouth, having it translated, and reading it out. So let's see. Ready, Grace? There's some inspiration, Grace. One day, you'll be out there walking with the baby. Or two. And I'll be beside you, Grace. Especially if you have two kids, twins. Cat, you and Dave Jr., don't forget. Alright. Shit. Applause break. Once I get all the episodes into ChatGPT, you'll be interested to see how many times I say things. At least interesting to me. Dave. I guess these are all Dave. I don't really have to say Dave. I've got good news and I've got bad news. Bad news is I won't be writing you anymore. The good news is I'll continue to send you these voice recordings. Or that might be bad news for you too. It really depends. But I'm done with the words. For now. And yes, these are going to be, and yes, there are going to be long and boring. These are going to be long and boring with pauses. I don't care. I'm recording this one at the library. And I mean library both literally and figuratively. I don't know what I meant by that, but figuratively. And hello, I pretend I'm talking on the phone at the library. I'm just recording you. It looks good. Looks like I've got a friend or something. Were you like that as a kid, Grace? Squealing. They're playing in the wading pool, but there's no water in it yet. Anyway. Looks like I've got a friend or something. Like anyone would actually give a shit. People rarely look you in the eyes, Grace. People rarely. People rarely look you in the eyes anymore, Grace. I don't know. Probably different for you. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to take video, but I think I'll just describe what I see. There's a crow sitting beside me right now, looking at me, staring me down. He wants something. Have you ever eaten crow, Grace? You hear me coughing, Grace. Blame the weed. The quality of weed in BC is just crap. It's horrible. No selection, no place to get it. Damn shame. I think maybe, Grace, I should go back over the movie idea and be more honest. Because the truth is, you don't work at a library, do you? It's okay to say you work when you really work. It's okay to call it a strip club. Technically, that should have been. It's okay to say where you really work. It's okay to call it a strip club. It is what it is. And you have to make money, you have to make money. I understand. I'm not going to hide the fact anymore that you're an exotic dancer. I'm kind of lazy and don't really want to go back and rewrite that story, so I'll probably just leave it. Although I would be interested in hearing more about what goes on at that club, just to make a good human interest story. To my future stripper wife, Grace. Part 20, whatever. I'll tell you one thing though, Grace. People that work at the library are no smarter than strippers. Because right now on this planet, it's so fucking boring. There's a lot of cute kids here. Well, not lots. There's a handful now. I assume they're cute because you've put in half 2 feet tall, anything in that, because it's cute except for gremlins and alien goblins. AI's not perfect, but to be fair, I record in a fucking noisy park, so if I had a microphone, it'd be nothing for AI. You know, frogs, 2 feet tall frogs are scary. I decided, or I'll ask you. No, I decided, we'll do this once we're married. One day I'll talk to you for an hour straight. You won't say a single word back to me. You won't make a comment. You won't do anything. You might stare at me. You may practice your stripping moves or something, but I'm going to talk to you for an hour. Or at least an hour where I get to say something. Because I've got a feeling the other 23 hours you're going to be shouting my fucking ear off. Maybe just talking my ear off, probably not shouting. Which is fine, I get it. Would you do that, Grace? Would you listen to this shit for 1 hour a day? Knowing that you have to wait to comment, wait to respond, wait to give me that dig? Can you do it, Grace? I'm so fat, Grace, I broke my bed. I thought there'd be more to that story There isn't. This should be interesting. Guy spreading seeds all over the benches, and I'm sitting on one of the benches. See if he tries to spread them on me. See if he tries and spreads them. Sad me. Nope. You expected my privacy? But he has birdseed all over the fucking place. I guess birds have to eat too. Is that what people do, Grace? Just say whatever the fuck comes to your mind all day long? I don't know what kind of conversations go on at the strip club, besides talking about your ass. I'm actually at the library, the real library, the one I normally go to. But maybe later today I'll stop by the strip club. Thank you. I'm not sure what that was about, but well, that's an unknown. No, I think someone asked me for a light. Well, the crows don't eat the birdseed that the guy was laying out, and there's no other birds going around to get it, so let's see what happens. I'm here for another 45 minutes. Can you handle this for another 45 minutes, Grace? Is your head coming to explode with boredom? You know I need to exercise my mouth, get it working, get the words out. I'm gonna have to find some sun grease to get cold. Grace and grease. Old and cold. That's where you're getting old and cold. Alright, now I want part 2. It's actually not too bad. Alright, I got some sun. It's probably noisier, like you care. The funny thing is, when I write to you, Grace, I write continually. I don't stop. Well, once I get on pace, I don't stop. Sorry, I guess I need a cough button. My phone doesn't have a cough button, so tough shit. Anyway, it's my first op. Yeah, once I get the idea, it just goes. This is harder. I realize every time I go to talk, a train goes by. I just realize I may have to go to the bathroom. And if I do, that'll be embarrassing, Grace. You'll have to listen to whatever I do. No muting life, Grace. Once it's turned on, it's turned on. Just like your customers at the strip club. But you have a lot of regulars at the strip club. And he seems smart to me, so I'll remember what they all like. What they all like. Give them what they want before they even ask for it. Give them what they want before they even ask for it. Sounds like something you'd do, Grace. Thank you. I didn't forget about you. There, I just tripped and killed myself. There, I just about tripped and killed myself. See, Grace, this is all I need to recall the entire incident. Maybe not people's faces, but everything else. Because I did trip. That would have been it. Head on the concrete. God, ouch. Morning suck, Grace. Thank you. I keep saying thank you. I forgot to bring my deck of cards, but I'll do that tomorrow or later tonight. Here we go. I'm going to try walking and talking because sitting and talking doesn't seem to be working for me. Although to be fair, the more boring this is for you, the better the test. You're weird, Grace. Do you know how I know that? I can see it on your face. Suppose the one downside of this, once I force you to do this for 1 hour a day, I mean, I'm sure you'll accept it, but force in quotation marks, I won't be able to ask what the fuck was I just talking about, however. Interesting. That's okay. I need to think for myself. I can't rely on you to be my memory. Grace, I'll worry about my memory. You worry about your memories. I assume I'll have to get the fake boobs taken out to breastfeed. And I don't mean we, I mean you. Did the strip club pay for those? Part of a package deal. Here's a job and some new boobs. Nah, keep them in. Give the kids a bottle. Got another strip club joke, but I forgot it. Talk about fate. There's someone coming to the park, and they have a mic stand. Maybe they're just walking through. Oh no, she has a camera too. Maybe somebody's gonna sing. That'd be nice. Wouldn't have to listen to my own fucking voice. Alright, here's the cute sight for the day for you. This is the cute sight of the day for you, Grace. A little dog walking up on the, concrete edge like a kid would. His owner walking him back and forth because he seems to like it better than a nice green grass below it. The dog walks like a coyote. There's 0 pretty girls at this park, Grace. That was a lie. Sorry for lying, Grace. There's always pretty girls at that park. This park, not so much. Except for volleyball night. Then it's loaded. Here's a sexist comment for today. After the applause break. I already used Tabitha to confirm this. I wouldn't ever say this myself. But if Tabitha was recording all the times I was at the park, I would say on average, all the volleyball, I have to call them girls, all the volleyball girls are hotter than all the softball players. And I'm not saying that in the sense that it's actually slow pitch, not softball. That's not a lesbian joke. Tabitha would confirm. And Tabitha would be non-judgmental and judge prettiness by the same way we do. Anyways, it's pretty good. I only lied once in that first episode so far. Did you hear the dog fight? I think a pretty girl with a dog is overkill, is it not? I don't really need both. Besides, the guy she's talking to, or the guy he's talking to, or the guy she's talking to, not interested. It's pretty good. I get 2 episodes out of 1 just by rereading it, instead of doing it live where it's coming out massively quick. You can insert your own joke there. Lady with the baby actually has 2 kids. Grandma's looking after the other one. Alright. Not interested. Married again. I haven't figured out how to do the pink sweater on stage yet, Grace. I can do it if you're there. Maybe we'll do this with earbuds, Grace. Just give it a little bit better audio. We'll see. Alright. I haven't figured out how to do the pink sweater on stage yet, Grace. I can do it if you're there. If you're not there, I haven't figured it out. If you're there, I'll go tonight. Just come pick me up. Or I'll stop by your work later on. 24 minutes left. If I did this once a day in the sun, I'll get a nice tan. I was wrong. It's not a mic stand. It's a cell phone stand. They're recording. I'm in the background. I should record them. Or that guy hacking back there. I think I cough a lot in the morning. Here comes Hockey McGee. I shouldn't be mean. I hack worse than that. So, the funny thing is, there's a girl eating lunch here. She kind of has stripper hair, but a lot, and a bit of stripper top on. No, okay, fine. The funny thing is, there's a girl here. 3rd time's a charm, Grace. The funny thing is, there's a girl here eating. Fuck. The funny thing is, there's a girl eating lunch here. She kind of has stripper hair and a bit of a stripper top on. Or maybe, hang on, that might just be a shadow. No, it's definitely a stripper top. There's a homeless guy in the park today, Grace. I'm not going to take his picture. But if he's here tomorrow, I'm going to buy him lunch. Or do it today, but unfortunately I'm broke until tomorrow. Alright. It's either a see-through top or a shadow perfectly aligned to the small of her back. She's eating Tim Hortons also. Fuck her. Just lost all respect. My first merch will say, fuck Tim Hortons. Oh my god. I would say this park is a hotbed of activity, but it isn't. It might be the most boringest park ever. That's why I fit so perfectly here. Nobody even notices me, and I notice everybody. But they're also fucking boring, I don't care. No, I'm not taking that back, Grace. Hello. I'll be happy to leave Vancouver with you, Grace. It's been an adventure. You? Might as well give you the full experience, just like you do with your customers at the club. I'm going to head over to the dollar store and get a screwdriver to fix my bed. And that's it. And that's it. Because I didn't bring a bag with me. DDD life is just so fucking boring, isn't it? For now. No? Which costs more, the boob implants or the butt implants? At least the story's more interesting now. How about you make it more in 2 nights? How about you make more in 2 nights than I make in a month? 7 minutes. I can make it if you can, Grace. But I don't want to. Seven minutes left, Grace. I can make it if you can, Grace. Don't want to, but I'm going to wait in the park until it's done, and then I'll do my shopping alone. Don't need you as a sidekick. Really should have took a time lapse or something to go with this. Maybe just take a 10-second video clip and then put it on repeat for the entire video. That'd be pretty annoying, because there'd be no point in watching it past the first. Would still want to watch a little bit. I'm definitely just filling time here, Grace. Or maybe I'll just do a bunch and repeat them. Put something really interesting in the middle, forcing you to watch every single frame. Now you have to listen to every second and watch every frame. Let's revise that. Once we get together, we'll sit across from each other in chairs. You'll be forced to listen and watch. Pay attention. Pay close attention. And then we can do the reverse. You can yak at me for 1 hour, and I won't say anything at all. And then the rest of the day, I'll pretend to listen to you. Yep, 55. See, it just keeps getting longer and longer, older and older. 60 is perfect, my age. 60 minutes a day. Get my mouth exercised, and get my smart-ass comments ready. Stockpile my woody banter? I think I meant witty banter. Woody banter is what we'll do in person, Grace. And then just figure out a way to get on that stage without you. I'd rather get on there with you, but whichever. That shouldn't take more than a year or two. Tell you what, just because I feel a little bit sorry for you, I'll upload this to YouTube, and if it provides a transcript that I'll copy and paste. And if it provides a transcript that I'll copy and paste the transcript into Substack, and then you'll get everything you want and work. I might have been mumbling there. Thank you. 2-minute warning. I need to think of some words of wisdom. 1-minute warning. I still got nothing. Oh well. It's only day 1. How much worse could this get? I just can't really call this an open letter anymore. Little bitch session, but I don't really think I've been complaining that much. Well, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, buggers. What do you think, Grace? So that was an hour the first time, almost half an hour the second. Probably get that down to 20 minutes. All right. Back to my normal spot for no particular reason, just because I can. Well, now I'm screwed. British Columbia to bar those guilty of serious crimes from changing names. Probably shouldn't walk and read, but what the fuck. Neuroscience says one regular habit will improve your brain function and strengthen your mind. Talk for 1 hour a day in the park. But record it for posterity and Tabitha. That AI is silly. Ooh, whether to speak up or stay quiet. Speak the fuck up. Being assertive isn't always the best way to go. You don't have to be assertive, just speak up. Speak up, calm, cool, and collective. Fucks with their mind. Narcissists and other gregarious people are seldom receptive to others' messages, make mutuality unlikely. Conversation that has evolved into counterattack mode is rarely productive. Agreed. Ending a heated conversation in midstream is one of the best ways of minimizing destructive escalation. Hello, ChatGPT 4.0. I still don't know how to get that, but I think you have to pay for it. Psychologists debunk harmful policies still used in U.S. schools. I'll give an opinion on this one. That's the key to happiness, Grace. Expressing your opinion once a day for an hour without judgment. Alright, let's see. Abstinence-only sex education programs are among many practices in U.S. schools that are harmful to children. Psychologists have warned. I don't think you need to be a psychologist to understand that. What else? Oof, too many ads. I should just have a ChatGPT plugin that automatically summarizes all those specifically for what I'm looking. Maybe one day. Researchers develop increasingly sustainable methods for dissolving gold, silver, and copper from recycled materials. A billionaire's tax is justified, and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are inspired by more than money. Law professor says Tesla threatened to fire law firm over Musk's huge payout. Gene editing breakthrough. CRISPR improves vision in clinical trial. I think vision, Grace, has a lot to do with how sleepy you are. It seems a weird thing to say, but I think your eyes get tired. When your eyes get tired, they get blurry. Simple as that. If you don't believe me, Grace, try microdosing some mushrooms. which unfortunately I haven't done for a long time, but we'll see. Women who are emotionally immature have no wisdom. Women who are emotionally immature have no women usually display these 10 behaviors. All right. I've got a feeling you're not emotionally immature, Grace. You have plenty of wisdom that I've seen. But let's see. We all have moments of emotional immaturity. Well, anyone listening to this podcast would agree with that. But for some, these moments can be more frequent and less recognizable from within. Especially for women, these behaviors can slip under the radar, influencing everything from friendships to career growth without them even realizing it. I've got a feeling they probably realize it. In this article, we'll walk through 10 common behaviors that might suggest a woman is still on her journey towards emotional maturity and wisdom. It's a chance to reflect, maybe laugh a bit at ourselves, and gather some insights on how to move forward with a little more grace and self-awareness. Grace is a pretty name, Grace. It's a pretty name, it's also a pretty good name. They react instead of responding. I'm not going to do the individuals. What's the difference? Reacting is instant. It's driven by beliefs, biases. Wait a sec. Ever notice that some people just explode over small things? That's reacting, not responding. What's the difference? What's the difference? Reacting is instant. It's driven by the beliefs, biases, and prejudices of the unconscious mind. Well, that's a good thing because that means it's honest. Responding, on the other hand, involves taking a moment to think things through and then making a decision. No, that's called formulating the lie that you want to say. This might sound like a tiny difference, but it's huge when it comes to emotional maturity. Emotional, immature women often react immediately without thinking about the consequences. They allow their emotions to get the better of them, and they don't take a moment to think before they act or speak. This can lead to misunderstandings, conflict, and hurt feelings. You can say the first thing that comes to your mind, Grace, I don't mind. They struggle with criticism. If I accept your career as a stripper, I think I accept anything, Grace. Sure, you can handle that. They avoid responsibility. They can't handle disagreement. They struggle with empathy. Pretty sure, Grace, you have empathy down pat. All right. Maybe I should read from that little book. What should we do, Grace? Introduction, life dreams, the daily grind, financial straits, romantic woes, when love isn't in the air. 63. It's another Tom Jones song, Love is in the Air. Not sure if this is going to work, but let's try it. Love hurts, and then it hurts some more. Sorry, I'll start over, Grace. Romantic woes. When love isn't in the air. Love hurts, and then it hurts some more. Whether your friends are single or coupled, active or celibate, hubba-hubbas or not so muches, there will be a call for a pep talk or picker-upper. If someone hasn't had their heart broken at least once, there are other more serious things to worry about. Painful love is such a universal experience that it's inspired a treasure trove of cliches, and they wouldn't be cliches if they weren't true. To provide the utmost in comfort, wrap your lips around. Tell me of those trains sometimes, Grace. To provide the utmost in comfort, wrap your lips around. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I thought it was stronger. Whatever. It's better to have loved and to have lost than to have loved. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. The course of true love never did run smooth, or the simple but classic, it's not you, it's him or her. It's supposed to be, it's not you, it's me, right? Well, we only got 2 on bowlers today. Third guy must be at home. Anyway, many single individuals idealize committed love, especially as viewed from the outside. Behind closed doors, however, the story can be very different. About 10% of all marriages are compromised by infidelity in any given year, while 40% of till death do us part vows end in divorce, according to 2008. According to a 2008 survey by Durex, the condom company. An unfortunate 44% of Americans are dissatisfied with their sex lives. These statistics certainly indicate that a skilled pep talker will be in keen demand. Wouldn't a comedian be a pep talker in a sense? I think so, but what the fuck do I know, Grace? When love is good, however, it's so good that we're willing to risk it time and again. And when it's bad, sometimes words just aren't enough. In those cases, get out the big guns. There are a few heartbreaks that a pint of ice cream or a stiff drink can soothe, albeit temporary. It's actually pretty good. For a book that I found on the side of the road. Celebrating singlehood. This is like a extra bit of Grace. Good news for your solo friends. The stigma of singlehood is completely outdated. In the United States, singles now comprise 42% of adults. Most children are single also. That's a weird thing to say. And they're the fastest growing demographic in the country. If, however, your girlfriends are looking for love, let them know that statistically they'll feel better. Statistically, they'll feel fair. Well, statistically, they'll fare better in Alaska. Remind me to ask ChatGPT how many times I repeat shit. In Alaska, where the ratio is 114 single men to 100 single women, or the aptly named Paradise, Nevada ratio, 118 to 100. Alright, then we have a bunch of one-liners. Until I can do my own one-liners, I'll steal these ones, Grace. So these are about singlehood. You'll find it when you're not looking. When you're ready, it will come. There's a lid for every pot. Boy, these are mean. Well, it's good. Gotta get the cliches out of your system. Being single is more fun. Not really. You get to devote all your time to work. Oh, that's swell. If you're single, you can't get divorced. Interesting logic. What, your friends aren't enough? What friends? This is your time to focus on yourself. Did that. You have to love yourself before someone else can love you. Technically, you have to be not a jerk. Don't necessarily have to love yourself. Just don't have to be a jerk. Or an ass. Or a cunt. Or a prick. Or a fucker. I'd get my swear word count up for ChatGPT. Enjoy your time and freedom. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I'm good. Love is overrated? No. It's better to be single than to settle. Maybe. Fine, I agree with that. You won't meet someone sitting on your couch eating ice cream. Did you hear that, Grace? Stop eating ice cream. You probably eat it in bed, not in your couch, or both. You're never too old to find love. That's good. Most married people are miserable. You're such a catch. Anybody would be lucky to have you. You cannot know what is written in the stars. You have plenty of time to freeze your eggs. Are you freezing eggs, Grace? Alright, next section. Breakups and rejections. There are other fish in the sea. You have to get right back on the horse. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Heartbreak forges character. You were too good for her. Your intelligence was too threatening. He's probably out of town. If the two of you are meant to be, it'll happen someday. You're better off. It's better to find out now than when you have a mortgage and kids. You'll never have a mortgage, Grace. I didn't want to tell you, but I never liked her. Now you have to get breakup sex. What a great opportunity to lose weight. Okay. Tip, make a mix. There's nothing quite like a beat and lung-topping lyrics to help someone mend a broken heart. Music is guaranteed to improve one's mood. There's even an entire branch of therapy aptly called music therapy. Devoted to it, so make your love-long friends an empowering get-over-it playlist. Consider including these perhaps cliched but time-proven hits. Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive and Nancy Sinatra's These Boots Were Made for Walking. Got more. You can funnel all that energy into work. You still working, Grace? I hope not. Just because he changed his Facebook status to single doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Now you can be friends. You can't change another person, you can only change yourself. He's not the only person on this planet who's going to love you. Addicts have to hit their own bottom. Subtitle, Dissatisfaction. Nobody said it would be easy. All relationships go through peaks and valleys. You're just in a rut. Remember, you're doing it for the kids. Oh God, that'd be a horrible thing to say. You love each other, and that's what counts. Couples therapy works wonders. It's a different kind of love. You took a vow. It could be worse. At least you're not single. You two just need some private time. Yeah, about 7 years. You get divorced, you'd have to sell the house. Why do so many parents think kids need their own bedroom? Internet use linked to higher well-being, global study suggests. That's because we're finally starting to get some fucking answers. Data's starting to come out. New Meta R&D reveals shortcut to ultra-wide retina resolution holographic displays in XR. Wow, that sounds exciting. So-called school refusal must be tackled. Compassion, not hard-hearted discipline. OpenAI's custom GTP store is now open to all for free. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but image generating bot. I don't think this is going to work on the phone. Interaction with this GPT is not allowed. Have to wait till we get home, Grace. Alright, I think that's almost an hour. Coffee's empty. Dreams dull the distress of emotional memories. What do you dream of, Grace? I dream of you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.